And on the KJFM radio app. Now to the diamond for high school softball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good afternoon. We're at Pittsfield tonight as the Lady Saukees welcome in the Payson-Seymour Lady Indians, and it's nice to bring the spring softball into the fold, and it should be a good matchup between these two teams today.
Yeah, and both teams, they have their first win of the season, but always looking to add more, and so that's going to be the biggest battle today is to who gets above that one-win section.
Beautiful ballpark, beautiful day for a ball game. Little on the chilly side, but at least we don't have the 40-mile-an-hour winds again today, so should be a nice day for softball, and we'll talk about it next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Pittsfield Lady Saukees and the Payson-Seymour Lady Indians here this afternoon. High school softball on Eagle 102. Mark Fronick, Maddie Ingram here at Pittsfield. Beautiful softball setup, well behind the school campus here, and all the way at the back. So we got a nice backdrop with the trees in the background, and just a nice day, nice shaded
Pavilion,
yeah, behind home plate. So it should be a nice setting for softball here today.
Yeah, and should be a pretty good game as both teams are getting warmed up, and we saw that Pittsfield, they obviously have some depth when it comes to from the pitcher's circle because they had 3 girls warming up, and you never know, it's a next man up mentality. So trying to get out ahead of this one and put up zeros as much as they can and try to pull out the win.
It looks like just in the warm-ups, Pittsfield a little slicker, a little farther along in their program, but once the first pitch starts, you never know what you're going to see.
Yeah, and sometimes, you have a rough warm-up or something, and then you come out and you're the better team that day. So right now it looks like Pittsfield's a little bit more fundamentally sound coming into this ball game, but as always, it's always a tough matchup, especially when these two schools meet. And
Pittsfield, for the most part, going sans long sleeves. Payson all sleeved on their side. So maybe a little message there as well that we're the tougher team.
Hey, we're tougher.
That's an overview of this one. We'll check our keys to the game after this on KJFM.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change
the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate in Louisiana.
Quick keys to the game, as it looks like the umpires are already exchanging lineup cards with the two head coaches here this afternoon. We saw it on Tuesday in our broadcast. We've seen the Cardinals do it. Fundamentals. If you don't field the baseball and run the bases well, you're not going to win many ball games, whether it be on the softball or the baseball diamond. So you got to be fundamentally sound.
Wins come down to the little things, and everything about how you play should come down to those little things. You always build upon those skills, but that's going to be crucial today, especially for Pittsfield. They had a tough loss to Brown County last week, and so really good game, and Pittsfield was able to come back and close that gap just a little bit. And you think about some of the little things that happened before that, and that game's a little bit tighter, so it may even come out on the side of a win. So if they can do that today, clean things up a little bit, I think it'll be a better game for them.
Those are our keys to the game. Starting lineups coming up after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
And your starting lineups, first for the Payson-Seymour Lady Indians. I'll lead it off with the shortstop, number 22, Megan Kirby. Then the second baseman, number 1, Josie Fessler. First baseman bats third, number 20, Grace Klintz. Then the center fielder in the cleanup spot, number 9, Lauren Brinkman. Pitcher bats fifth, number 7, Bryn Bisher. Then the right fielder, number 12, Abby Hagerbomber. The designated player in the 7th spot, number 14, Maddie O'Dear. Third baseman bats 8th, number 3, Tegan Moss. And the left fielder in the 9 spot, number 15, Sam Hagenberg. And then the catcher is the flex player today, Ella Archer. She wears number 23. For the Pittsfield Lady Saukees, I'll lead it off with the center fielder, number 12, Rebecca Newpower. Then the second baseman, number 3, Kenley Gerard. Third baseman bats third, number 1, Kelsey Friesmeyer. Then the catcher, number 24, Ella Constable. Shortstop in the 5 spot, number 21, Grace Henry. Then the left fielder, number 22, Taylor Peoples. First baseman in the 7 hole, that's number 52, Janie Hefner. Then the right fielder, number 26, Harley DeCamp. And the pitcher bats ninth, number 11, Carly Constable. So you got the Constables in the circle and behind the plate here this afternoon. And those are your starting lineups as Pittsfield is taking the field. And I made a big deal about them being tough. And then
Carly Constable went out there and she took her Under Armour off, and she's behind home plate. And
the pitcher is in a hoodie.
And a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll see. That would be tough, I would think. That's a lot to.
It is. We were always told to not wear things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposedly like restrictive of your arm.
Yeah.
So.
I always, when I was pitching, and of course baseball's a little different, but as least restrictive as possible.
Yeah, yeah. Hoods are never good.
Yeah. And that's
swing
just
around.
a lot of things
Yeah.
flying around. Mess with your mechanics a little bit, but obviously she's used to it. She's in the circle, and we're ready for softball here this afternoon as Kirby steps in. It's time for our first pitch here from Pittsfield.
Does she have numbers on the back?
I don't think so.
Because I thought that was also a rule. Like if you were going to put something on over top, you had to have numbers on it. And maybe that's just while you're batting, but you would think at all times you would need those.
So Kirby takes a ball low and in from Constable, and we are underway here at Pittsfield.
Kirby the shortstop today for Payson-Seymour.
Where's number 22? That's my favorite number.
22?
Yes, the double deuces. There's a strike called, and he's the count at 1-1.
Well, mine's 11.
You go with the sticks, huh?
Yeah.
The 1-1 pitch, and that one's low and in. 2 balls and a strike to Megan Kirby with Josie Fessler on deck, and then Grace Klitz. The 2-1 pitch from Constable hits her. And our first base runner of the afternoon is a hit by pitch.
That one hit off of her back pretty hard. I think it got more shoulder than anything.
It hit a hollow spot. There was a thud. And that will bring in Fessler with a runner aboard. Third baseman a step in front of the bag.
That's Friesmeyer for the Saukees.
Showing bunt, pulls back and takes a strike. Throw down to second, and she is out. Caught stealing, and that erases the hit by pitch.
Good pop from Carly Constable, or excuse me, Ella Constable, and she was able to put a throw right on the money down to the bag, a little bit high, but able to apply the tag.
Yeah, good drop down tag. And they get the runner. So base is empty, 0-1 count, and this one is fouled between the feet of the batter, Fessler, and she's in the hole 0-2. And that just, it seemed like it gave Carly Constable a little bit of pep in her step there. She had a little more velocity on that last pitch. The 0-2, swing and a miss. First strikeout, and the second out in the inning as Fessler's retired, and that brings in Klitz. She wears number 20, bats from the right-hand side, and is the first baseman. Constable's pitch is grounded foul past third.
Had lots of bounce to it. I think that's the only reason it did not stay in fair territory.
Yeah, it did take a little bit of a left turn there.
Mm-hmm.
Infield looks good.
Mm-hmm.
0-1 the count. Constable's next is low. Evens the count at 1-1.
The outfield fence is an opportune height to rob a home run.
Uh-huh. And there's some folks leaning over it out there in left field. There's a swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2.
Off-speed pitch from Constable. Bottomed out in the zone.
Go up the ladder here.
High out. That's where I'd go.
The 1-2 is hit in the air, center field. Moving back on it is Neubauer, and she makes the catch to retire the side. A hit batsman, a caught stealing, And a strikeout in there as well as the flyout. We played a half inning. Pittsfield coming up. No score against Payson-Seymour on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
We got into the top of the first so quick we didn't set the Pittsfield defense. So we'll do it for Payson-Seymour across the outfield. It's Hugenberg in left, Brinkman in center, and Hagerbomber is in right. Moss is the third baseman. Kirby is the shortstop. Bessler at second, and Klitz over at first. Archer behind the plate, and Bryn Bisher taking her warm-up tosses right now for the Lady Indians. It'll be Newpower, Gerard, and Friesmeyer for Pittsfield if anyone gets on. A Constable, that's Ella, will bat here in the bottom of the first inning.
Newpower, she'll bat from the left side, and we've seen her slap. We've seen her hit for power, so she's versatile from that left side of the plate.
Is that New Power or Old Power?
It's New Power.
And
Old money, new money.
Exactly.
And something pointed out in the first time we had Pittsfield on this season, Coach Christy Hefner, she takes first base, which is different for a head coach, right?
Yeah.
But notable.
Mm-hmm. And a strike called on the first pitch she sees. And this one is slapped to the second baseman. Fessler up with it over to Klitz for the first out.
It was an off-speed pitch, and Newpower was just a little bit out front, hit it right to the second baseman.
She's retired for the first out of the ball game for Pittsfield, and that'll bring in Kenley Gerard. This one is grounded through the third baseman and into short left field. A one-out hit. That ball was smoked.
It was. It really caught third baseman off guard, kind of standing straight up and down. I think she was watching the pitcher more than anything.
Mm-hmm. So a runner aboard now with one out. That brings in Friesmeyer, the third baseman. And the ball gets away, and Gerard will go to second base.
Friesmeyer, just a freshman, batting in that 3 spot. Also seen some time from the circle this season. Kind of played everywhere. She played left field. She's playing third base today. Utility.
And that one up in the zone, 2-0. To Kelsey Friesmeyer. Ella Constable on deck, then Grace Henry. The 2-0 swung on and missed on that off-speed pitch. Fisher wears number 7 in the circle and delivers a 2-1 offering, and that one is inside. 3 balls and a strike.
Not a bad spot.
Should get something to hit here on 3-1 with the runner in scoring position, 1 out. And that one fouled out of play. And the count goes full.
It's going down the hill.
That is a drawback of this diamond.
Mm-hmm.
There is quite a drop-off.
So a battle now, 3-2 with Friesmeyer in the box. Runner at second base for Pittsfield. That's Gerard.
The payoff pitch is in the dirt. Nicely blocked by Archer, so the runner will stay at second. But now there's runners at first and second with 1 out. And it brings in the catcher, Constable.
Opportunity here to drive in a run for the Saukees.
And the pitch from Bisher is popped up mile high toward us, and it'll hit right above our heads.
I had prepared myself so I didn't jump whenever that loud noise goes off from the sound of the ball hitting the metal.
Yeah, it can be a little jarring.
A little bit.
0-1 the count. Runners at first and second, one down. Constable ready, Bisher ready. Off speed, falls low. And the count even at 1-1.
Had a screwball spin to it. Just kept diving into the dirt.
Really guarding the line at third. This one is ripped right to the shortstop, and they won't get any other outs. Line out is the second out. And there's two away.
Not much you can do about that, but good job by the Lady Saukees to have that heads-up base running, get back to the bag as quickly as possible. Oftentimes you see those doubled up because there's really nothing you can do as hard as it was hit.
This one hit in the air on the first pitch. Everybody wants it, and the second baseman, Fessler, is the one that ends up bringing it home. So a couple of runners left on base. We played a half inning here at Pittsfield, or one full inning. Still no score on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their community. Because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
High school softball in the air here at Eagle 102. We're at Pittsfield High School. It's the second inning as the Pittsfield Saukees are taking on Payson-Seymour. No one scored in the top half of the first or the bottom half of the first, so looking to put up a 0 again here is Constable, who's out on the mound. And that's Carly Constable getting the start today as she gets her warm-up pitches in. Brinkman, it'll be Brinkman, Bescher, and Hagerbomber due up for Payson-Seymour, so that is your 4, 5, 6 hitters. So Lauren Brinkman, Bryn Bescher, and then Abby Hagenbomber. So number 9, number 7, number 12. As we get ready to go, high fives are tossed in the circle as Constable finds her footing before stepping into the boxes. Brinkman, she gets her check swings, and coaches go to their respective boxes. Now just waiting on the umpire. And the first pitch from Constable on the inside corner, strike one. Good start. Only building off of that. Kind of a roundabout 1-2-3 inning, and this one is slapped down the third baseline. It's going to get past the left fielder, going to the fence, rounding to go to second base is Brinkman. She's held up there as she sees the throw come in from left field. So a leadoff double to start the ball game. That brings in Bescher. She's your pitcher today, so a pitcher versus pitcher matchup. And she's near the front of the batter's box. She looks to get the first pitch from Constable. Constable hits that inside corner, but umpire says it's in, ball one. Just missing. That runner at second base is Brinkman. The next. This one is slapped into left center field. Going over to make the catch is New Power. She gets it back into second base really quickly, but out number one is recorded. That brings Hagerbomber to the plate with just one out. Hagerbomber also towards the front of the box. First pitch from Constable's low. Inching up her sleeves is Constable. The 1-0 pitch. This one is hit back up the middle. It's going to get through, waving her around. and held up at third base. And oh, it gets over the head of the catcher from a long throw, and coming around to score is Brinkman. So a long throw missing the cut is what leads to a run for Payson-Seymour.
And the batter ends up all the way over at third base. So a big opportunity here for a big inning for Payson-Seymour.
So 1 run on the board and just 1 out. At the plate, it's Maddie O'Dear. On the inside, ball 1. Kind of finding that inside corner, and that's kind of been her spot, something she's gravitated towards, where she's comfortable. This one is sawed off the end of the bat. Picking it up is Hefner, tossing it back to her pitcher, Constable.
That ball had a lot of English on it, and she was taking nothing for granted there, going down the first baseline, even though it was about 4-foot foul.
0-1 on the outside corner. That's strike number 2. Good spinning action. Let's see if she goes outside again. Off speed, way up, and this one's going to go foul. Hits the trees behind us.
Over the third base dugout.
Looked like it was just a changeup that didn't sink. Turning on it was O'Dear.
Constable needs a pitch here.
And a swing and a miss on a big curveball to the outside. That had some break on it. 2 outs.
Big strikeout. She got that pitch and brings in the number 8 hitter, Tegan Moss.
Tegan, your third baseman today. This one is popped sky high. Calling everyone off is the shortstop, and making the catch is Henry. That's out number 3. They strand a runner at third base, but Payson-Seymour gets on the board. It's 1-0. We're headed to the home half of the second here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Bottom of the second inning here at Pittsfield, a 1-0 Payson-Seymour lead as they jumped all over Constable last half inning, but she made the adjustment and got a couple of big outs, including that strikeout and pop out.
Yeah, and so being able to come up after that, she was kind of getting hit hard there. And so she was able to make some corrections, and she definitely bounced back. And so limiting that to only 1 run is big for Pittsfield.
It'll be. Are we already back to the top of the order? No.
It's Peebles.
Okay.
Peebles at the plate, followed by Hefner, and then Harley DeCamp. If anybody gets on, it'll be Carly Constable, and then we're back to the top of the lineup.
Had my 22s confused for a minute.
First pitch is lined into right field. It's going to get down for at least a single as Peebles runs through the bag. Looked like it could possibly get past the right fielder.
Yeah, she kind of trapped it down there. I think she was looking at the runner, seeing if maybe she had a shot to throw her out, and lucky that didn't skip by her.
And that brings in Janie Hefner, your first baseman for Pittsfield. This one is going foul over the wrong fence.
Side fence just past the Payson dugout on the first base side.
So a single to start the inning. Janie Hefner trying to continue that for the Lady Saukees. The next pitch, this one's off speed, but fouled by Hefner. Back to the screen.
Had a little dip in the middle of her swing there.
She kind of has she has a lot of hand movement to start her swing, but not a lot of bottom half movement.
She can get that straightened out. She can have some power.
That one's on the outside and just fouled off. That was kind of a late swing of saying, hey, keep me in this at bat.
She wears number 52. That's a unique number for a softball player. It's a hard hit ball. Shortstop having trouble and just tags the base, and they get the lead runner.
So having some trouble with it, though. But Hefner ran that one out, was able to hustle and get to first base. So runner still at first, just now one out. And at the plate now is Harley DeCamp. DeCamp takes ball one, steps out, takes a look, down to third base. And she steps back in. She's situated near the middle of the box. She gets her load, and this one's hit to the third baseman sharply. She's going to throw it to second base, gets the out there, and safe at first base is Harley DeCamp.
Ooh, just by a step.
Payson-Seymour ready to hustle off the field.
Yeah, they thought they turned two.
So that's out number two. And Carly Constable at the plate. After this, we'll be back to the top of the lineup for the Lady Saukees. So they've put the ball in play and got runners on. Off speed, low, ball one. Both pitchers have went off speed inside, which not necessarily something you see all the time.
No.
Off speed outside, yeah. Ball low, 2 balls.
2-0 count, 2 outs and a runner at first base.
Pittsfield hasn't gotten the runner past first base this inning.
Couple of 4 outs at second.
And that one's on the inside corner, up in the zone, and taken for a strike. 2-1 to Constable. This one is popped. If it stays in, it could be catchable, and just getting down. The second baseman put in some great effort, made a dive to try to make the catch. That's Josie Fessler over there for Payson-Seymour.
Yeah, it's a long run.
That was. She was closer to second base.
Mm-hmm.
Now 2-2. Constable moves up in the box, takes ball 3. That was a close one. Good frame.
Definitely helped having a shorter batter in there on that one.
3-2. Who wins the battle? Ball 4. So we're now back to the top of the lineup for Rebecca Newpower. Runners at first and second base for the Lady Saukees. That is the second walk issued today from Payson-Seymour.
She threw her oven mitt down to her head coach in the first base box.
This one is hit back up the middle, and that's going to score a run as it gets past the center fielder. And they're throwing it over to third base, and they were still looking for DeCamp. She comes around to score, and the Pittsfield Lady Saukees strike back. 1-1 now our score.
Just a nice solid hit for the left-handed pull hitter. Put it right past the second baseman and skipped it around the right fielder.
So good job by Newpower to get the pitch that she wanted there. Wasn't out in front like she was the last time. Able to drive it right past the pitcher into center field. That brings Gerard to the plate. She hit a ground ball to third base her last at bat. This one and is into left field, making the catch, though, is Payson-Seymour to end the threat from Pittsfield. But they tie this ball game. We're going to the third inning. 1-1 is our score on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a Taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A Taste of Philly, Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
The hoodie is gone for Constable ahead of this third inning as both teams score a run in the second. And it'll be for Payson.
Hagenberg.
The 9-hitter. And she takes the ball low.
So Pittsfield already turned the lineup over, so they're one-upping Payson-Seymour there. Able to get that full turn. Hit to the shortstop, Grace Henry, booted off of her foot. And that is infield hit there. Kind of to the hole. So that's how this inning will start for Payson-Seymour. Back to the top of the lineup, it's Megan Kirby.
Lady Saukees would love a double play here.
Pitch from Constable. Up in the zone, throwing down to second base is Constable, and just under the tag is Hagenberg. Good throw again. We've already seen her throw somebody out.
Mm-hmm. I think it was an off-speed pitch out of the zone, and hard for the catcher, Ella Constable, to throw her up, but made it close.
Runner at second base, no outs. Squaring to bunt is Kirby. She pulls it back. 2-0. As Pittsfield Lady Saukees get back to their position as they were moving to cover the potential bunt. She squares again. This one's bunted foul. Nearly hit her.
Yeah, it was between her feet, the bump was.
How she did that, I don't know. Can she do it again? Probably not.
1 in a million shot.
Now 2-1. Trying to force that runner over to third base is Kirby. She squares the bunt, and this one gets down. The third baseman, Friesmeyer, comes up with it and making the throw to first base. They get the out there, but the runner gets to third base.
So the sacrifice is good. 5-3 on the putout.
Did her job. Exactly what she needed to do there was Kirby.
Brings in Fessler.
Fessler struck out her last at bat. So Constable's going to have to buckle down here. She squares the bunt too. Gets past the catcher, Ella Constable. So she'll pick it up.
As the shadows creep out from behind home plate.
So we'll see what Payson-Seymour does here, as that's kind of a tricky play if you're trying to squeeze that run in.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody knows what you're doing. And she squares again. This one's fouled back to the screen. So now 2 strikes. If you bunt and you foul it, you're out.
Yep.
So going to have to trust her to swing here or trust her to really get that bunt down. 0-2 to Fessler. This one is punched into right field, going foul.
Stays an 0-2 count as it just was about 10 feet behind the first baseman.
So they'll try 0-2 again.
So she's late on that one. Do you go off speed or?
I would try to go high end. Haven't seen her go there yet. And she goes high. Definitely not in and out of the zone. Good job by Ella Constable to reach up and make the grab there. As if that gets past, you have a run come across to score.
Mm-hmm. Not a whole lot of room behind home plate, but.
Good block again from Constable. She forces Hagenberg to retreat back to third base. 2-2. This one is swung on, powered into right center field. It's going to get down, and it's going to be at the wall. 1 run comes across the score. And coming into second base is Fessler. So a stand-up double for Josie Fessler, and a run comes across. 2-1 now, Payson-Seymour leads.
Just a well-stroked ball to the opposite field from the right-hand hitter, and it carried for a while, ended up near the base of the wall.
Right out there by the flagpole. Just sent the Pittsfield Lady Saukees running. That brings Klitz to the plate. Wearing number 20. With a runner at second base and 1 out. This one is high out of the zone, but swung on, trying to get her chasing, and she got a foul ball that went just out of play. Ella Constable found the fence. She was ready to catch it if need be.
More of a baseball-style backstop here with the fence that comes in over the home plate area. If that's a normal softball backstop, that's a catch.
This one is a curveball out of the zone, just carried high and out. That runner at second base, Josie Fessler, know that she has some speed. This one is grounded back to the pitcher. She takes a look at the runner, then sees there's nothing there, and then throws the ball to first base. It's an error as it gets past Hefner. Run comes across the score, and taking second base is Klitz. So too long of a look. She had to turn herself completely around to even try to make that attempt of throw. I say go first base and deal with the runner after. You would have had two outs.
And she did 2 looks and just double pumped one too many times and went straight into the ground and past Hefner.
This one is hit foul off the bat of Brinkman. So she goes in first pitch swinging 0-1, but that was a good cut. Good little drive there that stayed fair. This one is hit into left field. Going in to try to make the catch in fair territory, and it drops. Hits off the glove of the left fielder, Taylor Peebles. She did everything she could to get to the line, and it was right there, hit off of her glove, bounces into foul territory. So just spelling trouble for the Lady Saukees. So they want to have a timeout here to talk about things.
Everybody out to the pitcher's circle to discuss this, and luckily for Pittsfield, the runner had to stop and make sure. So it's runners second and third. No run came in on that play. So still just a 3-1 ball game, but you've got to get a strikeout or an infield pop out here.
Yeah, and you've had a couple of opportunities to get that ground ball, get that thrown out at first base, or get that pop fly catch right there. And so those are just those missed opportunities that they're hoping to capitalize on. Limits the amount of pitches that your pitcher is throwing. But nothing they can do about it now other than move forward and try to get the out. So it's Bescher at the plate. She takes strike 1 on the inside. Runners at second and third. This one is high but fouled off over the heads of all of the fans in the stands. So somebody's going to have to do the walk down the hill. No one was there to catch it.
No.
Gloves were not out, and neither were hands. But 0-2. Off speed in the dirt.
Good pitch, but just drops low. The legs of Bescher were locked up there.
Needing to try to get that off speed to the outside, and this one is hit hard back up the middle. That's a single. Run comes across the plate to score, and here comes another throw at the plate, and no good. As Payson-Seymour is in for 2 more runs. Make that 5-1 as they lead the Pittsfield Lady Saukees, so an explosive inning here.
Yeah, crooked number, and she's going to be lifted for a courtesy runner.
And it looks like Coach Hefner is going to maybe make a pitching change or try to calm things down. So while they're out there taking a break, we'll take one too. You're listening to High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
And coming into the ball game for the Pittsfield Lady Saukees is freshman Kelsey Friesmeyer. She saw some time earlier last week whenever they took on Brown County, and so she's got her fair share of innings. And just coming into those bigger situations is something she's become very common with.
And she looks like she's a pretty free thrower. Nice and smooth to the plate, has some zip. And we'll get you the rest of the changes as we go along. Everyone goes back to their positions. Looks like taking over at third base is Emma Henry.
And then at shortstop is Carly Constable.
So Grace Henry has moved as well. Like I said, we'll get you the rest of them as we spot those numbers around the diamond.
But Hager-Bomber at the plate for Payson-Seymour. Runner at first base. 5-1 is our score with just one out in the third inning.
This was a 1-1 ball game when we started the third. 4 have crossed.
Ball one taken from the first pitch from Friesmeyer.
Couple of errors in the inning for the Lady Saukees.
The 1-0. This one's low. Ball 2. Good look from Ella Constable. She's been great behind the plate today. 2-0. The next pitch from Friesmeyer. Swung on a high pitch out of the zone, but gets number 12, Hager-Bomber, chasing.
Hager-Bomber, the right fielder.
2-1. Trying to come back is Friesmeyer. Off speed. No good. 2-2. 3-2.
3-1.
3-1. How about all the numbers? 1-2-3, 2-3-1, 3-1.
One out and a runner at first base.
On the outside corner, that's a walk issued to Hager-Bomber.
So the inning continues. Now, oh dear. We've been saying oh dear all inning.
Oh dear.
You knew I was going to work that in at some point.
I wanted to the first time, and I was like, nah. Mark will be like, hey, that's a dad joke.
Yeah.
Come on, let me have it.
Low-hanging fruit.
A rise ball getting oh dear chasing. She's saying oh dear on that one. 0-1.
She's going to turn around and punch you.
Yeah, I know. I said it loud enough.
We're close.
0-1 to oh dear. Runner on first and second base. Just one out. She doesn't go chasing that time. 1-1. It worked the first time for Friesmeyer, so she thought, well, we could try it again. Just didn't work that time.
Went back to the well one too many times.
The 1-1. This one's fouled. It escapes the field of play. 1-2.
Didn't think that one had the height, but it squirted over.
Yeah, I definitely thought it would have hit that metal bar up there at the top that hangs over. 1-2. Friesmeyer looking for a big out here. Goes high. 2-2.
First and second, just one out 4 have scored in the inning.
Nice ground ball to third base would be good. Step on the bag. 2-2. Goes high again, 3-2.
You get that that's 2-strike count, and you try and get them chasing, and all of a sudden you're behind or into a full count.
Just low. That's another walk. So back-to-back walks issued by Friesmeyer to bring in Tegan Moss.
And the bases are loaded full of Payson-Seymour Lady Indians.
So they're going to have another little talk out there, trying to calm down Friesmeyer. She's around the zone, just not where she needs to be.
Yeah, she's picking instead of attacking.
Mm-hmm. And in situations like this, you got to trust your defense and attack, attack, attack. So let's see what she does here with the bases loaded. Makes it easier. You got to force out. The only issue is that force out is at home.
Yeah.
So if things go south, a run does come across the plate to score. But hoping for the best here.
But down 4, you're going to trade a run for an out.
Only one here. This one is hit to the shortstop, falling down and throwing to home to get the out. What a play.
Yeah.
That's Grace Henry. Great job going down on her knees to fall and make that stop. Then throws from her knees to home plate to get the out. That's big.
Yeah.
That ball gets to the grass. It's a couple of runs.
Yep, she got down. She kept it in front of her. That's the most important thing. And didn't get a whole lot of mustard on the throw, but just enough to get the force.
That brings Hagenberg to the plate. This one is hit down the third baseline off the glove of number 23, and it gets into the outfield. They make the stop, but a run comes across the plate to score. That ball was just hit hard down the line.
Yeah, off of Emma Henry's glove, and I think if she's playing back a little bit, which in that situation probably would be preferred because you got the force right there at third base, she makes that play.
And now at the plate is Megan Kirby. Swung on and missed. Curveball. Had some off-speed characteristics to it. Kind of diving. Maybe got on top of it a little bit. But strike one. 6-1 is our score in the third inning. That one carries out of the zone. Ball one.
That does close the book on Carly Constable. That's the last run charged to her. Now everyone belongs to the new pitcher, Friesmeyer.
This one is hit hard into left center field. It's carrying, and over the fence, it's a home run.
A grand slam home run to make it 10-0.
That is a dagger there. Big hit from Kirby, and she stomps on home plate and is greeted by her teammates. 10-1.
This game was tied at the start of this inning.
They've just busted it open here. They've had a little bit of help coming from error, from walk, but there's also been some really hard hit balls.
And that one was smoked. That was a no-doubter out there by the Knothole gang in left field.
The good news is bases are clear.
Is that
the
good
bad news is it's 10-1.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, you're looking at a tight game 1 minute and now being 10-run the next.
That brings Josie Fessler to the plate. She really got things started. This one swung on high inside. Strike one. Just blew it past her.
And we'll see if maybe Friesmeyer's a little more free and easy now without the sacks jammed.
This one is fouled. Stopped by Constable. She throws it back out to Friesmeyer, who seems to be working pretty quick. Just the third inning. 0-2's the count with 2 outs. This one is high, off speed, chopped foul. Picking it up is Emma Henry.
The count, 2 outs, base is empty. 9 have scored in the inning for Payson-Seymour.
The 0-2 pitch. High outside curveball. She gets her swinging. That's a strikeout for Friesmeyer. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pittsfield trails Payson-Seymour 10-1 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Friesmeyer, Constable Henry. That's who's due up for the Pittsfield Lady Saukees, as they are trailing in the 3rd inning 10-1. And, well, we went into the top half of that 3rd inning, and they had things all knotted up, but it was a big push there from Payson-Seymour.
And Friesmeyer came in relief, ends up giving up the grand slam.
This one's fouled off the mask of the catcher. So hanging tough is Megan Kirby.
After a big inning, though, this is where you want to be in your lineup with the 2, 3, and 4 hitters and kind of get a taste of if you're going to push back into this ball game or not.
And Friesmeyer steps back into the batter's box. Umpire given, I believe that was Ella Archer, Ella Archer a little bit of time, as that ball was kind of
off
the top. Mask. Yeah, the top half of her mask. The 1 to Friesmeyer. Tries to go upstairs. Ball 1. Not a bad idea. We've seen a lot of pitchers that are working up and then low in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen as many pitchers painting corners.
No.
2-1.
That one just kind of floated an inch above the zone all the way to the hitter.
This one high in the zone. Strike 2, though. Ooh, and losing a grip was Archer.
It happens.
Had a funky spin and didn't really go all that far. Sent the pitcher and the first baseman running to get it. And Friesmeyer steps back in the box. 2-2. This one swung on, miss. The pitch is dropped. Having to throw down to first base is Archer.
Safe.
And still a funky throw there. So first base for Pittsfield is Kelsey Friesmeyer. So hustling that one out is payoff there.
Archer didn't step to one side of the line or the other, so she was throwing through the runner, and Klitz just did a good job to stop that ball. She had no idea where it was coming from.
And Ella Constable at the plate for Pittsfield. This one is hit hard down the third baseline off the glove, and that is going to be in fair territory where she fielded it. So that's booted out of fair territory. Runners now at first and second base for Pittsfield Lady Saukees. So her feet were in play. Her glove was in play. She just booted it.
And a potential of a comeback inning now with the first two reaching for the Lady Saukees.
So that's Tegan Moss down there at third base. And Grace Henry at the plate. This is who you want. And this one is in the dirt. And taking third base is Friesmeyer. And saving that ball from getting to the outfield is Moss. Great job, as it was really carrying. Seems like having a little bit of trouble throwing the ball is Ella Archer.
And Constable also advances, so runners at second and third with no out.
And ball out of the zone.
2-0 count, yeah.
Grace Henry off to a good start this year. Saw a big home run from her at Brown County. This one is hit hard. Deep center field, it's carrying, and it's gone! A 3-run shot for Grace Henry. Friesmeyer comes across the plate to score, now Constable. And Henry's taking her time as she's brought her team back into this ball game and given them some life. A 3-run shot from Henry.
2 massive home runs, 1 for each side. Still a 6-run deficit, but that gets you feeling a lot better.
Yeah, I'd like to say that I may have manifested it a little bit. I was just talking about her hitting a home run. She must have heard me.
Were, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did do that. I could do that again.
Thanks for giving me the reminder.
Yeah.
But a blast from Grace Henry. That's deep center.
Yeah, dead center.
10-4.
Got to bring in Peoples.
She had a line drive to right field. It was a single for her last at bat. So she'll try to get things started again. There's no outs. This one is hit down to third base. Shortstop picks it up, though, and just in time to get Peoples out at first base, just maybe by a step.
You thought maybe with the indecision between the third baseman and shortstop, that might provide enough time, but a good strong throw got her by a step.
So that was Kirby with the strong throw. This ball is low in the zone, ball 1.
Janie Hafner, the first baseman.
I'm wondering if Archer is maybe struggling with grip or something. This one is hit past the second baseman. It's hit off the glove, and to first base is Hefner. And this one's thrown away too. She's going to take a look, but she's going to stay there. She's like, all right, I don't know that I'm fast enough to make it to second.
Yeah.
Let's take what we've been given.
They were trying to throw her out from right field. I think that's a ball the second baseman has to get, though.
Yeah, that's Vessler over there at second base. And it seemed like she was playing a little bit closer to second base and then just kind of ran into some issues.
You saw her head pop up and look at Hefner right before the ball got to her.
Holding back, but taken as a strike on the outside corner. That's Harley DeCamp.
Yeah, she was fooled by the off-speed pitch that time. All her weight was on her front foot.
Her hands moved forward. So did her weight. This one is hit to the shortstop through the glove. So back-to-back errors from Payson-Seymour. You got runners at first and second. There's just one out. And you had a big blast from Grace Henry. 10-4 is our score. They're at a good spot right now.
Now Emma Henry, her first at bat of the day since coming in to play shortstop. Or second or third base. Yeah. I think it was somewhere over there.
And the first pitch to Henry. This one is hit hard into right field. And, making the snag.
Double play.
And a double play as Hefner was on her way to third base. So what a snag in right from Abby Hagerbomber.
She was on her tiptoes for sure.
I think everyone thought it got over her head. 10-4 is our score. We're headed to the fourth inning here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at PikeCountyHealth.org.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
10-4 is our score. Payson-Seymour leads the Pittsfield Lady Saukees. It's the fourth inning. due up for Payson-Seymour. It's 3-4-5. Grace Klitz, Lauren Brinkman, and Bryn Bescher. As Klitz steps into the box, first pitch from Friesmeyer's low. The Lady Saukees trailing by 6.
You need a 0 on the scoreboard here this half inning if you're Pittsfield.
Especially after the last inning play where they gave up 9. That ball's out of the zone. Ball 2.
But they got 3 of them back.
They did.
On the home run.
What a shot from Grace Henry. And Friesmeier just trying to get into this count. That one swung on. Maybe had a little bit of a foul tip. 2-1.
Klitz steps back in.
2-1. That one swung on and missed. 2-2.
She was chasing there.
They've both been up in the zone. That's where she likes it, it seems. So let's see where Friesmeier goes here.
Player deep and left.
2-2. This one is hit down the third baseline, and it's fair. Rounding first base is Klitz. They get it in not quick enough as they're still chasing that ball down the left field line.
Like I said, the left fielder was playing very deep, so she had a long way to run for that one to try and cut it off, and an easy 2-bagger that time for Klitz.
So Peebles did everything she could to get to that ball, but just couldn't get there in time. A double to lead off for Payson-Seymour. And that brings in Brinkman. She takes strike 1. Klitz has a pretty good lead out there at second base. She's pretty much walked back from a stare from Friesmeier. And the 0-1. Brinkman hits this one high, and it goes out of play, back towards a truck. Ooh, hits an
bounce.
SUV.
Yeah. Not a direct hit, though. 0-2 the count. Runner at second, nobody out.
Friesmeier needs to go off the plate here, try to get her chasing. And this one is also fouled out of play. That ball was rising. She caught it right before it escaped the half of the zone that she was able to swing into.
One made it all the way to the playground on a roll. It's a long way.
That was all hands. 0-2, no outs, runner at second base. She tries to go high outside again. Doesn't work. 1-2.
Using that pitch to set up this one.
The 1-2 pitch from Friesmeier. Ooh, that was a better looking pitch, but it's out of the zone. 2-2.
Nobody out, runner at second. 10-4, Payson-Seymour lead over Pittsfield.
Selective is Brinkman. This one is hit down the third baseline, foul.
Stays a 2-2 count.
That left side of the field better be awake.
Yeah.
As many times as the foul balls have went that way and balls that have been in play, you've got to be on your toes.
Two count.
They'll try again. That one swung on and missed. A big strikeout there from Friesmeier. She went up the ladder to get Brinkman.
That brings in Bryn Bescher, the pitcher.
Now just one out. That runner at second base is Klitz. And near the front of the box is Bescher. This one is popped. Will it stay in? And just enough room to make the catch is Emma Henry.
I didn't know if that ball was going to stay in that glove or not. It was really moving around in there. She kind of changed the direction of her glove at the very last second and almost lost that ball.
And she had a pretty abrupt stop.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think she wanted to run into the fence.
Or her catcher.
And Hagerbomber at the plate. This one is hit down the left field line, and it stays fair. Going to have to be quick as Peebles as she gets this ball in, and just in time, and she's thrown out. That throw was spot on.
No slide from the runner, and she is nailed at the plate to end the top of the 4th inning with a goose egg on the board.
That was the goose egg you were talking about. It's 10-4. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. Pittsfield trails Payson-Seymour on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Bottom of the 4th inning here as Pittsfield is trailing Payson-Seymour 10-4. But this ball game a little bit closer than it was just an inning ago as Grace Henry had a big 3-run bomb, and Pittsfield trying to stay in this one, and I think the energy may be shifting their way, especially with that throw out at home plate.
Yeah, it kind of died a little bit after that line-out double play ended the rally last half inning, but a big play at the plate, like you said, will get that momentum right back.
And they're back at the top of the lineup. It'll be New Power, who's had an RBI today as she had a ground ball that was hard back up the middle, and that was actually what got Pittsfield on the board to knock the game out at 1, and then a not-so-nice inning in the top of the 3rd for 9 runs for Payson-Seymour. First pitch out of the zone, ball 1. In the circle today for Payson-Seymour is Bisher. So she's been charged with 4 runs. This one's bunted down the first baseline, and safe at first base is New Power. They can't even make the throw before she tags it back. She had speed. Read the infield super well.
Mm-hmm. That may have been her call there as well, to just drag that bunt down the first baseline and see what her legs can do. And like you said, not even a throw.
When you have your tools, you should use them. Squaring to bunt is Gerard. Woo, and a nice throw down to second base. But sliding in safely is New Power. I think we have somebody else behind the plate for Payson-Seymour. I think that's Brinkman. Gerard at the plate. This one is fouled out of play.
Oh, 2 count.
New Power is at second base. There's no outs. We're still at the top of the lineup here. Gerard is the 2-hole hitter. This one is lining and going foul down the left field line. Just escaped.
Maybe if we had that 40-mile-an-hour wind, that could have blown back fair.
So Kinley Gerard will step back into the batter's box. He'll try 0-2 again. Trying to move New Power over and possibly in. Ball to the grass. This one fouled out of play.
I like that swing. Still attacking even though you're down 0-2.
Seems like she has really quick hands, good timing.
If she gets her pitch, she's going to find a hole.
This one fouled out of play again, making her work. And Gerard looks down to her coach at third base before stepping back into the box. This one is grounded, just foul, stopped by the third baseman.
Still 0-2, 10-4. Payson-Seymour lead over Pittsfield. Runner at second, nobody out.
Looks like they're going up in the zone, and they get her chasing. Good movement, but taking third base is New Power. That was a delayed steal. Very heads-up base running. She came diving in. Now you got that runner even closer, 60 feet.
She's dirty. Breezemeyer the batter.
is hit down the third baseline. They're looking at home, but then go to first. They get Friesmeyer out, but coming across the score is New Power. So an RBI for Friesmeyer. That quick look, though, from Moss kind of stopped New Power. That's what she was trying to do. Try to get into a rundown so they can score and have another base runner on. But now there's 2 outs with Constable at the plate.
And the base is empty. But you got it down to a handful, the deficit.
Good little offense from Pittsfield. This one is hit past the shortstop into left field. That's a single for Constable.
2-out hit. Maybe we'll restart this rally for Pittsfield. Brings in Grace Henry.
Having a little bit of trouble closing that gap on the left side is Payson-Seymour. We've also seen it on Pittsfield as well. That one is hit hard to the third baseman, Moss. She throws across the diamond. That's out number 3. Pittsfield, they add on another. It's 10-5. They trail Payson-Seymour. You're listening to High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Near the bottom of the lineup for Payson-Seymour, it's 7, 8, 9. O'Dear, Moss, and Higgenberg. So looking for a 1-2-3 inning here as Pittsfield is able to put another run on the board. It's 10-5. They trail Payson-Seymour. Big third inning as Payson-Seymour put up 9 runs, but Pittsfield has found their way back into this ball game.
Yes, they have, and you're just a couple of hits, string a couple together and see what happens. But, again, you need a stop here. You can't get any further behind.
Yep, and being able to put up a run there, and if you can put up another 0 here, if you can put up 2 zeros in a row, that's definitely what's needed. And at the plate, as we mentioned, it's O'Dear. She is the DP today. That one just misses hitting her. Ball 1. Did her best to stay put, but also moved the foot up just a little bit because no one likes to get hit.
I always got hit by 3-2 pitches. I don't know why that was, but
everybody always came ribs for me. I felt like it was a dagger. And on the outside corner, strike 1.
Pretty good pitch there from Friesmeyer.
Good spin to it to get back into this count, 1-1. She gets her sign. This one is poked foul.
Right over the head of the head coach in the third base box.
Both teams have swung at those pitches up in the zone, and really it's just more of a punchy slap than anything. Not your full-on swing. It's just let's make contact and see what happens. 1-2. That one carries out. Good idea by Friesmeyer. She noticed what we noticed as well. Top of the zone seems to be key.
Went a little too far.
2-2. And she tries again.
Still too far.
And sometimes coming back down is the hardest thing to do, especially when you're mixing in that rise ball or that pitch that's just up in the zone quite a bit. You struggle to find that bottom of the zone.
Yep, just missed it there.
Went too low. That's a walk.
So lead off walk to O'Dear, and that brings in Tegan Moss.
O'Deer has been walked twice today.
And they're going to bring in a runner. That is, they don't even have it.
15?
An 8. The runner, Neeson.
Curveball, nice on the outside from Friesmeyer. Left side of the field should be ready and raring to go as Moss has hit it there both times today. The 0-1, she squares to bunt. This is down the third baseline, rolling foul. So Henry will pick it up in foul territory. 0-2.
Yeah, the first bounce was in fair territory, but it made a quick left out of play, and she was already down to first before she knew it went foul.
Off the skinny part of the bat. 0-2. Let's see where Friesmeyer goes. This one is diving and just caught the end of the bat. They'll try 0-2 again.
Just nubbed it back toward us. 10-5 ball game. Payson leading.
Long look from Friesmeyer. She took her time that pitch. That ball goes out of the zone. Pretty good little jump at first base. Is it Neeson? Is that where he said?
Yeah, I think so.
Neeson.
Coach's handwriting is not the best.
She's got doctor's handwriting. Very slanted and beautiful. You just can't read it. This one is hit to the shortstop, having to be quick as Grace Henry, and she just underhand tosses it safe at second base.
Yeah, got way too much lift on that ball and couldn't get the force out at second base. Not an error, but a mental error.
That's Kinley Gerard at second. She used the bag to gain a couple of inches.
But yeah, it was just too slow of a throw because of all the air underneath it.
So runners now at first and second base. We're at the bottom of the lineup. Hagenberg at the plate. She squares to bunt. She gets it down. It's back to the picture. Friesmeyer, she's going to have to be quick, and she overthrows it at first base. One run comes around to score. The ball's still running down the right field line, and another run comes across the plate. Into third base is Hagenberg standing up. So 12-5 now the score. Errors have just kind of plagued the Pittsfield Lady Saukees today. That's really what has been an issue.
Yeah, you got the big blow at the grand slam, but really you're behind right now because of fielding errors. And now Coach comes back out, Coach Heffner, and we may have another pitching change. 12-5 our score. Pittsfield trailing Payson-Seymour in the top of the fifth inning on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Welcome to Vast National Bank. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm here to talk to someone about a loan.
Oh, I'll grab you the L97B. We call it the Just Talking form.
What about actually applying for a loan?
Oh my, let me pop in the toner cartridge. Hey Bill, you want to pass me the big stapler?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to People's Savings Bank.
Skip the mega banks. When you need a loan, visit People's Savings Bank. The people you know and trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Single down the left field line. That brings in another run. 13-5 now the score. So big hit there from Kirby. So she's kind of done some damage today. She hit the grand slam earlier. So she's put up 5 of those runs.
Yeah.
On the board.
And just snuck that one off the end of the third baseman's glove, Henry, and enough to get the run home. Still nobody out.
Squaring to bunt. Not a bad idea until you can see that defense is working to get that out and they're doing it consistently. Why not continue to bunt, especially when you have speed?
How about that bunt by Hugenberg, though? It just deadened so perfectly between pitcher and catcher that Friesmeyer had to rush that throw, and it went high. Ended up with 2 runs on the board.
That one swung on. Taking second base is Kirby. And, whoo, the throw was right there. I don't think the tag was sold, but Kirby into second base. She had a good jump.
Yeah, the tag went to the chest. It was kind of to the third base side of second base. She had to sweep the tag around, and pretty good slide at second base from Hugenberg. Or from Kirby, rather.
It's Fessler at the plate. She hits this one into right center. It's going to get down. Waiting, though, was Kirby. And why they're throwing into the catcher and missing cutoffs, I think everyone's kind of confused as to where the ball was supposed to go, but Kirby didn't think that ball was going to get down. She was at second base. You hit your cutoff, man. You might have her at third.
Yeah. You definitely keep the runner at first base. But now second and third, and we are going to have a pitching change. As the third pitcher of the day is going to be Henry coming from third base. Everyone comes from third base to pitch. Emma Henry will be the third pitcher, so we'll take a break. Still in the fifth, now 14-5. Payson-Seymour leads Pittsfield on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan. At Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, we take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, on the square in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's Klitz at the plate, and she has 2 pitches in this at-bat. She took a strike looking, and then that one was fouled back to the screen. 0-2. As we mentioned, into pitch, it's Emma Henry.
Third pitcher of the day.
Runners at second and third for Payson-Seymour. This one's fouled off the end of the bat. Oh, and they say that it's just missed. And so in safely at home is Kirby. Had a funky spin to it. Must have hit off the end of the glove.
Yes, it did. Third strike gets away. So the runner takes first. In to score is another run to make it 14-5. And over to third was the runner from second base. So this inning is just kind of been a little bit sloppy and turned into another big inning for Payson-Seymour.
Looking a lot like that third inning minus the grand slam.
Well, that came late in the inning, remember.
It's Brinkman at the plate. Strike on the inside. Basically just giving second base to Klitz as she walked.
That's first, second.
Can we say galloped?
No, she walked.
This one is fouled down the third base line. Picking up is Friesmeyer. She'll toss it out to Henry, who works a little bit quicker.
Second and third, still nobody out.
0-2. This one hit hard down the third base line again. Wake up, left side of the field.
Yeah.
It's not very common that we've seen a ball hit to the right side of the field.
Third base coach says, come on. Trying to talk to the runner here. You're hitting balls at me.
What do you mean you want to hit the ball this way? And it's Brinkman, and that ball carries out of the zone. Trying to get her to chase. Good eye. 1-2.
Good job by Constable behind the plate to reach up and get that one.
She's done a really nice job today. That one carries again. She stays in the squat and extends her arm further than I thought somebody could in a squat.
Especially across your body like
yeah.
that. It was high and outside.
2-2. Solid little catcher And Constable. Woo!
Yeah, just missed the inside corner and the count goes full.
The pitcher in me is hurting for you.
Yeah.
That was a great spot. I think she crossed her catcher up a little bit, but 3-2. And out of the zone, ball 4. Now bases loaded. That brings in the pitcher.
Another tough spot. Bryn Bisher with the sacks jam, nobody out.
She's the 5-hole hitter. So likely she has some power. Curve ball catches a corner.
Yeah. Gets that outside corner. Very nice.
Henry presents herself to be very confident. Works pretty quick. This one is hit hard down the third base line, and it's going to be, oh, he called it foul.
By the time it made it to the bag, it went just foul.
I thought we had another double down the line.
0-2.
They've attacked that left side of the field. That line has been deadly. 0-2 pitch. That one gets off the glove of Constable. Coming across to score is Josie Fessler. That ball just carried far too high. I'd give that a wild pitch.
Yep, and it's a 10-run lead now here in the 5th. So if Pittsfield can't get any runs back, this game will end in 5.
1-2. This one hit hard to Henry. She
force.
goes to home, but there's no force. They do get the runner at first base, though. That is the first out of the inning. So she must have forgot that run did come across the plate to score. Heads up if there was a runner coming.
So 1, 2, 3 on the put out at first base for the first out of the inning.
And that's tough to do.
Yeah.
To make all of those throws accurately.
And there was even some hesitation from Constable behind the plate. Like, what do you mean there's no runner coming?
What is that girl doing? That's strike 1.
Oh.
Hager Bomber at the plate, wearing number 12. Holds her hands pretty high.
She made a great tiptoe catch out in right field earlier.
Probably saved 2 runs.
Yeah. Definitely led to the double play.
Swung on, missed. That's strike 3. Now 2 outs. It seems that Henry settled in some.
15-5 is the Payson-Seymour lead.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter.
Yeah. I think she forgot her name, too. It looks like Bauer, the batter.
Ella Bauer.
Where's number 2? Bats from the right-hand side.
That was such an odd scenario. Like, can we have her name?
Maybe.
She had to say her own name, like Coach forgot. She remembered enough to bring me in, but that's about it. So with 2 outs, Bauer will have her first opportunity of the ball game. There's no line in this batter's box. Off speed and dying on that outside corner of the plate from Henry. Swung on, though, by Bauer. But these batters are so close to home plate. But there's no line.
Yeah.
So not much you can do. That one swung on. Strike 2. Big swing.
Those cleats look like she brought them out of the box for this ball game. Those are beautiful Nikes.
They're shiny.
Not a scuff on them.
Ooh, and she connects with this one. Finds the center fielder's glove. That's new power. She's able to record out number 3. Pittsfield has some work to do if they want to stay in this ball game. They trail 15-5 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Peebles, Hefner, DeCamp. Hopefully it spells R-U-N for the Pittsfield Lady Saukees as they trail 15-5. It's Payson-Seymour who has the lead.
Yeah, we're missing a U. I think we got all the other letters, but
I was looking too. I was like, okay, if New Power was down here, we'd definitely have it. It would have been a lot cooler.
Need to buy a vowel.
We'd like to buy a vowel, please.
15-5. Pittsfield needs a run to stay in this ball game.
That one's on the inside corner, strike one. So trying to keep her team alive is Taylor Peebles. She has had a single today. This one is hit into the 5-6 hole. That's a single.
Just what they needed. Just what you ordered.
I did this with a home run earlier. I don't want to say that I might be a good luck charm, but I might be a good luck charm. Whatever I'm sprinkling, they probably want more of it. This one is hit down the right field line, going foul.
That just had such a tail on it. The right-handed batter hitting it down the first base line. You're going to have that, and it's sliced. Ended up about 9-foot foul.
And just behind was Hefner. So she'll step back into the batter's box. She hits this one into center field, over the head of the center fielder. It's going to get to the wall. Coming around is Peebles. This could be a run. This may be what Pittsfield needs, and it is. As Peebles steps on the plate, Hefner at second base.
So the game will continue.
Misplayed by the center fielder.
We'll play another inning at least.
What a shot from Hefner, though.
Yeah, it just burned Brinkman. She was breaking in and tried to put on the brakes and just wasn't tall enough to get that ball under control. And we're going to have a pinch runner now for the Saukees.
That's number 5, so Carly Patterson.
Yeah.
And it's Harley DeCamp at the plate. She's your right fielder today for Pittsfield. This one is tailing out of play. Had that odd spin on it where it looked like it could stay in, and infielders were kind of crashing. Catcher didn't move, though.
She had a good angle on it.
I know where this one's going. This one is hit to the shortstop. They're going to go to third base, and they get the runner there.
On the tag.
So heads up play from the shortstop, Megan Kirby.
That's the first out.
Didn't have to go, especially with that ball to the left side of the field. There was no one chasing her, so that was the pinch runner, Carly Patterson.
That's where you fake the break. Get that shortstop froze. And
that
get
one
runner.
Gets past the catcher, and standing up at second base is DeCamp.
Wild pitch.
And it's your pitcher, Emma Henry, at the plate. This one's fouled.
Off the plate. Evens the count at 1-1.
Very fluid swing from Henry. And she'll step back into the batter's box. This one hit foul. It's going down the hill. That one's towards the bushes and the wood. So.
Yeah, it's going to be harder to find.
I wonder how many balls have been lost down there. Probably quite a few. In college, we used to do like a day where you went and picked them all up. This one is off speed, but taking it the other way is Henry. That one gets down right center field. She's going to try for 2. She's in safely to second base, and coming around to score is DeCamp.
So they switch spots. RBI. And it's 15-7.
So a high-scoring ball game. We're back to the top of the lineup with Rebecca Newpower, and she's done it all from the left-hand side today. So let's see what she does here. Laid down a beautiful bunt her last at-bat. She takes strike one low in the zone. Off the plate, too.
A little different situation this time.
Third base is playing her in. They know what could happen. This one is powered into left center field. It's carrying. Oh, and it falls right at the wall. Henry's going to have to turn on the jets as she's being chased by Newpower. She's going home, and that is an RBI again for Newpower.
There was some power there. Put it right off the base of the wall, about a foot off the ground, and all the way around from second base. And to score was the runner.
And they've given the runs to the wrong team.
Oh.
On the scoreboard.
15-8.
This one is hit hard by Kinley Gerard. It's going to find a gap as well, and it goes all the way to the wall. Newpower is going to be standing up, scoring. Into second base is Gerard.
15-9. We got a ball game all of a sudden. We went from a 1-1 game to a 10-1 game, and now from the cusp of ending this thing in 5 to we might have something here. It's a 6-run game.
This is a powerful offense for Pittsfield, and it just seems like they keep fighting back. This happened at Brown County too. Games where you think you're really out of it, they just keep coming. This one is hit into left field. It's going to drop. They're going to send Gerard. She's hustling home. She's in there safely. Into second base is Friesmeyer. Is that 3 doubles in a row?
It is. And
they are pumped up.
15-10. 25 runs total on the board, and now the catcher out to talk to Bisher.
Really letting Pittsfield back into this ball game, but that offense has truly come alive.
So.
Just trying to slow things down a little bit. It's all happened so fast. It's all been to left center field.
Heck, I'd shift around the right fielder at this point.
Both teams today, they've just hammered that left side of the
they
field. Do you need a right fielder? Maybe. Do you have to have one today? Probably not.
Now, Hager Bomber has made a nice play out there in right.
She did.
But,
tiptoes and all.
Maybe just a little bit of steam wearing off, getting late in the ball game from Bisher's fastball, and they've just been pounding it.
Looks like they are sending number 12, Hager Bomber, to the bullpen to get warmed up.
So maybe a change coming soon if this inning continues. The batter is going to be Constable, Ella Constable.
So 4-hole spot, just 1 out. Constable gets on, it'll be Henry.
So you get another double here. That makes it a 4-run game.
And then another double.
Yeah. I think we have a pitching change if there's a double here from Constable.
Guess it just depends on how quickly Hager Bomber can get warmed up, too.
Exactly.
If she didn't warm up before the game.
That was a long time ago, too.
Yeah.
That ball low.
Ball 1 to Ella Constable. The next. This one hit high into center field. They're going to have to come running in. Making the catch, though, is Brinkman. Out number 2. Friesmeyer still at second base for Pittsfield.
That breaks the string of doubles.
And it brings a home run hitter to the plate. She's already had a 3-run blast today. That's Grace Henry.
She'd love to put another one over. Make it a 3-run game.
Ooh, and that was a juicy pitch there. Taken for a ball, though. Had fastball, belt high, had home run written all over it. The 1-0. That one's out of the zone. 2-0.
They're not messing around with her.
No. No to be careful. This one hit hard. Right center field, going back. Oh, and making a fantastic catch is the right fielder. This time it is a different position player that makes the play out there.
Bomber came out, so we'll try and catch the number.
Hedberg, believe, Caitlin Hedberg, who makes the play in right field. And, man, she made a great run. We are headed to the top of the 6th inning. 15-10, Pittsfield trails on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Okay, we had a completely different ball game going into the bottom of the 5th inning there. Pittsfield was doing everything that they could to just not get run ruled.
Yeah.
They did more than that.
Yeah.
They brought this game within 5. They trailed 15-10. And
it's
wow.
a slugfest for sure.
It is.
You need a 0 on the scoreboard here.
Yes.
You can't let Seymour back into the ball game.
Gonna have to work hard here, play good defense. And it's Henry back out in the pitcher circle. And that hit the batter?
That's what they're saying.
Sounded, I do have headphones on, but it did sound as though it hit off the end of a bat.
Yeah.
And it had so much, it like ricocheted so much that you would think. But, all right, hit by pitch.
So Moss takes first. Hugenberg
at the plate.
She had a great bunt last time.
She did.
Turned into a 3-base hare and 2 runs on the board.
She's squaring to bunt again. This one's bunted down the first baseline. Hefner's retreating back. There's not going to be anybody there to cover. Third base is where they're trying to get the ball to. And in the way was Henry.
So runners at first and second, and another bunt hit from the number 9 hitter. Back to the top for Megan Kirby.
She's hit a grand slam today. She's had a sacrifice bunt. She's been hit by a pitch. She had a hit down the line. She's tough. But runners at first and second base for Payson-Seymour.
And out of that leadoff spot, no less.
Yeah.
Not usually where you find that kind of power variety.
She packs a punch and has the speed. Stolen base today as well. She swings at the first pitch from Henry. That one's fouled, out of play. So quickly 0-2. Ground ball to third base, step on the bag would be nice. But I think an out is all that Henry is really looking for. And she gets caught looking. A big thank you to the umpire, as that one was a little bit out of the zone. And that's a first out of the inning.
Brings in Fessler with runners at first and second.
That was a beautiful pitch. It was a pitcher's pitch. It's a chase pitch. And he calls it again.
That one a little bit closer in, but also looked a little lower.
Yeah. So 0-1. Fessler at the plate. She did like a funky jump. Made it look like maybe she was going to square or something. Some sort of movement, but she doesn't. 1-1. This one is smacked into right field and going back and making the catches to Camp. Tagging up, though, is Payson-Seymour.
I think they're going to go to first, and she left early, I think. Step on the bag.
And then they're also going to check second. You do have to say something.
Yeah. There's no call being made by either umpire, so.
There's very blank stares and a nod or two. I don't think either of them were watching.
No, I don't think so either.
And I think that's why we got the blank stares that we did. Like, what do you mean you're checking?
What are you guys doing here? Why do you keep throwing to the first baseman?
You guys do know there's runners on, right? Yeah. Well, 2 outs. That was a great catch from DeCamp in right field. Definitely came up big for her team. And the first pitch, low to Klitz.
Pretty good pitch, but it crossed up Constable a little bit as she was coming up to move the runners back as the pitch was coming in.
1-0, 2-0. Gerard doing a good job of covering second base as she shifts and plays more towards the first base side at second. That ball's in the dirt. Good stop by Constable. Don't want another run to come across the plate and score. That ball was skipping enough that it could have went over a shoulder pad. 3-0.
Just load the bases here. Work on the next hitter. Yeah. Now you got the force play at any base. I'd rather deal with Brinkman than Klitz.
Yeah. She's had a decent day at the plate, but I think it's somebody that Henry's going to have some success against, especially with her pitches that she's throwing. Different selection than Friesmeier and Constable. That one's on the inside, strike one. A little bit more velocity, too. But the 0-1 to Brinkman.
Ooh.
Catches her swinging there. 0-2.
Kind of a half swing.
Yep. Her body said, I'm swinging. Her hands, not so much.
Yeah. Couldn't keep that bat from coming through the zone.
0-2. This one is hit high. It's going to stay on the infield. Calling everybody off is Grace Henry. That's out number 3. We're headed to the home half of the 6th. 15-10, Pittsfield trails Payson-Seymour on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Pittsfield can get on the board here. They could possibly tie this ball game up.
You need at least 2 in this half inning.
Yeah, you definitely do. And so able to get the goose egg there. That was big for Pittsfield Lady Saukees. But we have a new pitcher in this ball game, Hager-Bomber. So there will be some shifting in the defense, I'm sure. But a little bit of a different look as she was warming up in that last inning whenever they were tagged with that many runs on Bescher.
I think Bescher is going to shift to third base.
Because she's given up all 10 today.
Yeah, definitely not a stat line you like, but if you can still get one in the win column, giving up 10, that would be call it a success.
Very nice. Great success.
And the new, or the right fielder, is still number 3, Kenley Gerard, or excuse me, number 3. Who was number 3 for?
Ball 1 to Peebles. Hey, we're starting off where we did the last inning.
Yeah.
So they batted around.
Oh, Moss shifted out to right field.
That ball is at the top of the zone for strike 1. Peebles on the taller side. She steps back into the right-hand side of the batter's box. 1-1, 2-1.
Scrape the plate on its way through.
Looking for a pitch to hit here. This one is fouled out of play. 2-2. Pitch up in the zone. Going up to make the catch.
She's trying to go up the ladder there and just kind of lost the handle on it.
Yeah. Catcher did a couple of pops to spring up. 3-2. This one is hit hard up the middle. Shortstop's over there to try to make the play and just getting her by a step at first base. People's just not quick enough. What a play from the shortstop, Megan Kirby, as she was able to come around pretty much the backside of the bag to make that play.
The position her body was in when she grabbed that ball, she kind of had to do a little shimmy step to set her feet to make that throw. It didn't look very comfortable, but it was effective, and she said she got her step by a step.
Hefner at the plate. She came up big for the Lady Saukees her last at bat. Strike two on that outside corner. I think that the pitchers have found a sweet spot. That outside corner, they've been ringing them up all day. 0-2. Swung on and missed. That's strike three.
And the second out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. So Pittsfield down to their last 4 outs now.
Into camp at the plate. But Hagerbomber has come in and made an impact, to say the least. Swung on and missed. Good spot.
She's throwing gas.
Yeah. And she's hitting spots consistently. The next. Not a bad pitch, but it is a ball. 1-1.
15-10. Payson-Seymour leads Pittsfield here in the bottom of the sixth inning.
They're going to try to go upstairs. Catches her swinging there. 1-2.
I think she missed her spot on that one. I think they wanted it up out of the zone. And I think that's what the camp was thinking as well.
1-2. Swung on and missed. That's another strikeout. We're headed to the seventh inning. Pittsfield trails Payson-Seymour 15-10 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's the top of the seventh inning here, and Pittsfield is trailing Payson-Seymour 15-10. They need to throw up another goose egg here. Henry still in the pitcher's circle for the Pittsfield Lady Saukees. She's come in and made a pretty good impact on the field.
Gerard has busted out the windbreaker.
And I feel like we see less and less sleeves on that infield as well. For her to have sleeves, looks a little different. And that brings to the plate Bryn Bescher. Ball one. Bescher was the starting pitcher today for Payson-Seymour. Gave up 10 runs.
But in line for the win.
This one is hit down the third baseline. It's going foul. Stop made by the Payson-Seymour coach,
who's also brought out a hoodie for this half inning.
Sun's still out, so there is still some heat from that.
But it is a little cooler than it was.
It is.
And the shadows have completely overtaken from the circle in all the way down to the first base bag. Ooh.
2-2. Man, that was low and outside. But Henry's not going to argue.
No.
If he's calling a strike, she'll throw it there again. 2-2. Holding back with everything she had was Bryn Bescher. 3-2. Who wins the battle? This one is popped. It's right field. Calling the ball is to Camp.
Man.
She made a run in. Wow.
Yeah, long way to go. And I think she called off the second baseman and then thought, oh, man, I'm
going to have to continue to run.
Farther away than I thought.
Yeah, because she's playing fence.
Yeah.
And at the plate is hit to second base, and Gerard's up with it and makes the out at first.
4-3 on the put out, and that's the second out here in the top of the 7th inning.
That was Hagerbomber.
Who's going to be up for Pittsfield in their last at bat? Should be close to the top, shouldn't it?
Yes, I believe it should be Emma Henry and then the top. This one is hit hard, but it's going foul, out of play.
High.
There's some kids fighting over something over there, and
yeah,
they were
never
unfazed.
even saw the ball.
Yeah.
Either didn't see it or didn't care.
Probably a combination of both. 0-1. Whoo, that one carried way out of the zone, but a big, big chase. 0-2.
So Bauer digs back in.
And that's a curveball on the outside, and it's strike number 3, so she'll take a seat. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. Pittsfield, they have to score together 6 runs to win this ball game. You're listening to High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Looking to turn the lineup over, string together 6 runs, and win is the Pittsfield Lady Saukees.
That's all they have to do.
That's all. And we've seen them score quite a few runs, get quite a few hits that they've strung together. Difference is there's a different pitcher out.
Yeah.
Pitcher circle this inning. And that's Emma Henry at the plate. She takes ball 1. It goes to the back of the screen. Henry has a pretty good looking swing, and she'll step back into the box if she connects with one. Likely to go far. This one high.
Yeah, it went way high, but out of play.
Whew.
Has it landed yet?
And it just did.
Yeah.
1-1.
They're out of balls.
Someone go down to the creek.
They chased one.
In college, there were snakes. There was weeds that were unkept. Like, you never really knew what you were getting yourself into. If you could stop it before it went any further, that was the best idea that we had. 2-1. This one hit up the middle. Making the stop is the shortstop. She's going to have to throw it across the diamond. Long throw, but she gets the out at first base.
She's just pretty smooth there at the shortstop position, Megan Kirby. Doesn't have the biggest arm, but she's been on target all day.
Pretty good range to the right side of the field. Struggling a little bit to that left. But the right side of the field, she's dominant.
Yep.
Ball 1 to New Power.
Yeah, up the middle, good. To the hole, average.
1-0. She takes strike one. The ball is on the outside corner of the plate, but as we mentioned, sweet spots there. She'll step back. And this one is hit into left field. Going to have to let it come in, and dropping in front of the left fielder. Newpower takes a big round around first base, but retreats back, so that's a single.
Yeah, that's a new left fielder, not the left fielder we had to start the game, as Hugenberg went to center field, and it was just misjudged out there.
Yeah, and I think battling the sun maybe a little bit. And Newpower gets a great jump. She's going down to second base. That was a fantastic throw, though.
Yeah. To the first base side of second, and got away a little bit, but really good slide there from Newpower.
One out, runner at second base. Gerard at the plate. One ball. Make it 1-1. Or excuse me, that's 0-2.
Yeah,
she did swing at that first pitch to get Newpower down to second base. Get her into scoring position. That's ball one.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner at second. Pittsfield needs 5 to tie.
Swung on and missed. That's a strikeout. And taking third place is Newpower. She's hit by the ball that was thrown over by the pitcher, Hagenbaumer.
That's the second time that the Saukees have done that. Just kind of caught Payson-Seymour napping a little bit.
Definitely caught him off guard. Kelsey Friesmeyer at the plate with 2 outs. Big swing there.
But Pittsfield down to their final out, and now Payson-Seymour 2 strikes away.
The next, inside, strike 2.
Yep, just hit the low part of the zone.
Trying to drive in at least another run here. Next pitch to Friesmeyer. It's fouled. Hits off someone or something.
Yeah, I think that may have got a piece of both the catcher and the home plate umpire.
Had a really odd path to where it got to.
Nope, I think just the home plate umpire got that one.
Maybe off the hand.
Yeah, shoulder. He's stretching out that right shoulder. 0-2 the count, 2 outs, a runner at third. Pittsfield trails by 5.
Friesmeyer at the plate. The next pitch to her. Swung on and missed. It's a strikeout. That ends the ball game. 15-10. Payson-Seymour gets the victory over Pittsfield. We'll break this one down next in the Eagle 102 postgame show.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids. But with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green Clopton and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri. Member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Getting the win today was Payson-Seymour, 15-10 over the Pittsfield Lady Saukees. And, well, let's just say this. It's not much that for the last two games, Pittsfield, they've scored 19 runs altogether. Usually, when you hear that stat, you're like, okay, big offense, they're probably getting the win. But 2 losses.
Yeah, this game had everything. Not to try and sound like Stefan there, but you had a big blast. You had a grand slam. You had small ball, bunt, trying to move runners over.
Had some heads-up base running.
Yeah, and just a few leaks here and there was the difference in the ball game. As it's really hard. You said they scored 19 runs the last 2 games, but they're playing from behind.
They are, and both games they have come from behind. When they were playing Brown County, they had to string together quite a few hits, and they made it a ball game at Brown County. Same thing today. They were down. They had to get a run. They had to get a run or the game was over.
Yeah.
And they were able to put up 5. They were able to put up 5 runs. They got back into this ball game. They ended up losing 15-10, but they did make a lot of ruckus.
Yeah, and it's a team that if they can figure out those deficiencies on the defensive side, get their pitching straight. They used 3 different pitchers today. They all have their good points. They just couldn't get the big outs.
And sometimes I don't know if it's like, okay, there's some balls being thrown and maybe you're just back on your heels or whatever it may seem. It's just people are in the right place. It's just booting it off the glove. So getting into that defensive position and being ready when that ball's coming your way, especially on that left side of the field, which was really important today because a couple of balls got to the fence down that left field line. But you change just a couple of things, this is a different ball game, and I think you come out on the winning side.
Yeah, it was a 0-0 ball game after 1. Payson-Seymour scored a run in the second. Pittsfield comes back in the bottom of the second, ties the ball game, and then a 9-run third inning for Payson-Seymour. Really, it seemed like that was the end of the ball game. Pittsfield came back, got 3 runs on the board, made it 10-4, but then it got to 15-5, 16-6, something like that, and or 15. Yeah, they only had 15. So yeah, it got within 10 runs, and like you said, really an out away from the game being over before the Saukees got back in it again, but just couldn't get past that 5-run deficit.
Yeah, and so sometimes that is tough, and especially putting all that pressure on yourself, it is tough to come back from. But they did make this a ball game. We'll wrap this one up next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
15-10, that was the final score of this one. Pittsfield, unfortunately, on that losing side, they fall to Payson-Seymour, and so still looking for win number 2 on the season. They had qualities that could have put them over the edge today to get that win, just come up a little bit short.
Yes, they do, and like we said, playing from behind is extremely difficult. You know, you can make headway, but getting back in a ball game and making it look respectable are two different things. They just got to have better starts, not give up those big innings.
Yeah, and mentally and physically, it's hard on you. You've got to stay engaged at all points. It's really easy when you're down to not be mentally in a ball game, but they kept the energy throughout, and they show a lot of promise. I think, just as you said, you have a better start. You see where this ball game is at. Hey, tomorrow night we're going to have some high school baseball on Eagle 102. It's Louisiana taking on Pittsfield, so a battle of the Twin Pike counties, and so you can catch that game tomorrow night, and it should be a pretty good one.
I believe, is it a 4:45 pregame?
4:45 pregame, 5 o'clock first pitch.
And that'll be right here on Eagle 102 and KJFMradio.com. Fun one here this afternoon. 25 runs total, and unfortunately Pittsfield falls short against Payson-Seymour.
From Maddie, from Mark, this is high school softball on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio. From KJFM Louisiana Bowling Green, this is Eagle 102.